Okay, I think we're live now. Yep, great. Cool. Welcome. Today I have something special for you. I know I usually stream Duel Masters, but today I want to stream some Contraption, aka Premodern, because it's my favorite way to play Magic currently. That and Popper, and there's an MTGO league for it. So I've done like 10 leagues playing different variations of Sligh. I've gone 3-2 in a couple of them, but maybe if I stream it, we'll do better. But either way, it's purely for your entertainment, so we'll see how we do. We're gonna try to 5-0 though. This is a list that recently it won a challenge. It went beyond 5-0. It won a challenge. It's got 10 basic lands and Barbarian Ring, and then some fetches to thin out the deck. It's got 4 Fire Blasts, since I have 2 different versions, they're listed differently here. It's got Jackal Pup, Grim Lavamancer, Ball Lightning, and Mog Fanatic for creatures, and then it's got Reckless Abandon. In this slot, it's sometimes people I should have that here. Sometimes people use Flame Rift, which deals 4 damage to each player, but Reckless Abandon is a bit better right now just because there's a lot of aggressive decks on ladder, so dealing 4 damage to both players can often become a dead card, and also that one costs 2 mana. And yeah, we love Ball Lightning. There is a lot of Sligh on ladder, as well as goblins and elves, which are hard matchups for us. So that's why we've got Pyrostatic Pillar in the sideboard. Price of Progress can win us games because some decks just love their non-basics. And then Overload and Mog Salvage for when we encounter the wild decks. The Stifle Knot, and I think we just have to outpace. There's a Phyrexian Dreadnought Fling deck that's really hard to interact with. I still think we have to outpace it. I don't think we can just remove the Phyrexian Dreadnought. And then we've got Tormod's Crypt because there's plenty of graveyard out there. So as you can see, I was doing a little bit of solitaire. But yeah, we're gonna hop in a league that just opened up. We gotta pay event tickets because we ran out of play points learning this format, which isn't a waste, but it's not fun. While we're finding a match, I'm just gonna send this link to a couple people, a couple homies, just to see if they wanna watch and hang out. You gotta believe your homies wanna watch you play Magic. But yeah, hope you're all having a good day. It's a Sunday. I've got some editing to do today. I've got some cooking to do today. I've got some apartment cleaning to do today. It's going to be a full day, but you know what? We're also going to enjoy some Magic while we can. Because why not? And it looks like we've got game one. We're going to go first. That's a good start. Let me just check my OBS to make sure you can see everything. Yes, you can. Looks like we aren't dropping any frames. Hope the quality's to your liking. Okay, this opener so these are only good if we're ahead on life, and doing nothing for 2 turns is not good. So I think we have to mulligan. Okay, it's better than the last hand, I'll tell you that much. So we'll go with it. We'll bottom this. We'll go get a mountain. And we will hold a lightning bolt. Why are we doing that? Because we don't know what we're up against, and playing a turn 1 Grim Lavamancer in this scenario against some decks would be tantamount to losing our Grim Lavamancer. Here, looks like we might be up against, we're probably up against Sligh as well. Yeah, see, if we had played a Grim Lavamancer there, this Mog Fanatic would have got it. So, the best thing here is to bolt base. It may have been to bolt the Mog Fanatic. I don't think it is. I think the best thing to do is to just hold on, play like a real Baron player. See what they're going to do this turn. Yeah, we'll take the 1. See, there we go. Because we can bolt this, and that'll deal 3 damage to them when we do it. In theory, we could have fire blasted it too, but I don't think losing the mountains in that scenario is the right play. So here's a tricky situation. If we play the Ball Lightning, it'll die to Mog Fanatic. If we play the Grim Lavamancer, it'll die to Mog Fanatic. Grim Lavamancer is repeatable damage, but also our opponent can probably remove both of these. So I think the best move is to play as if I think we want to let the Grim Lavamancer die so that we can hopefully Ball Lightning and Fire Blast next turn. That's the best thing we can do. See, the fact that they didn't bolt it there is maybe a good sign, but yeah. See, they're all tapped out now. We're going to take 6, but we're going to be able to return 6 and then hold up Fire Blast. So, I don't... It's still anyone's game, but it's not terrible. The burn matchup really favors whoever goes first. I could have done that too. Oh well. We can deal 2 damage to them next turn using Barbarian Ring, and we have Fire Blast. I still think we're playing correctly. That's not a great top deck, but we can just, in that case, deal the guaranteed damage. Maybe we should have held it up in case they played a creature, but we've already done it. That's not good luck. If we hadn't sacrificed that land last turn, we could have hard casted Fire Blast. What are they doing for 4? Okay. All right. Well, they got it. I don't think there's anything we could have done differently there, but you'll have to tell me in the comments. Anywho, I don't think Sulfuric Vortex is very good in the burn matchup, but I also think Jackal Pup is. Mm, Jackal Pup is rough, but if you can get off some damage, it's better than Sulfuric. So I think that's the move. Still a tough mulligan. Okay, this is a much better turn one than last game. Much better opening hand than last game. I do think this deck can sometimes have pretty dead opening hands in such a way that could be reconciled with some alternative lists, but also people have been playing pre-modern burn for a really long time. So who am I to say? I think the correct play here is to hold Seal of Fire so that if they play a Mog Fanatic, I can destroy it before I cast Ball Lightning. Okay. So I think the correct play here is to cast Ball Lightning on rate and have them see what they can do about it. Yeah. We can still hold up our Seal of Fire, but Pyrostatic Pillar is going to be really useful soon. Yeah, that's not really an issue for us right now. Reckless Abandon is not good at the moment. I think Pillar of Fire, Seal of Fire plus Pyrostatic Pillar plus Fire Blast is good because they'll be taking damage as they deal damage to me, and I'll be able to close the gap with Fire Blast and Seal of Fire. I think this is worth the damage from Pyrostatic Pillar. So yeah, Pyrostatic Pillar deals damage to both of us. But having a repeatable damage source against burn like this is good. Especially if they have to take damage to deal with it. They're pretty close to having a Fire Blast themselves. They might just be holding up their burn to be able to do that. So here, if I wanted to, I could pay 1 mana, take 2 life to deal 4 damage, which does math. And I could pay 2 mana, take 2 life to deal 3 damage, which does math. I think that's the move. I might just be too red here. Kind of playing dumb here, but my life is ahead of theirs. And yeah, Reckless Abandon is a sorcery. So we couldn't have cast it on their turn. Are they just going to Fire Blast me for 6? So yeah, netting damage is good when you can close the gap with 6 damage, which I could do right now. Yeah, they are too low on life to Pyrostatic out of this, I think. Because they would, yeah, they'd have to Fire Blast and cast 2 spells. So, looks like they got mana screwed. Either that or they were just holding on. They were not willing to take damage off of Pyrostatic um, until it was too late. So yeah, they'll go first. Let's see if we can keep our hand. The burn matchup really just, it's embarrassing that I lost game 1, but they had it. That's what it goes. Oh, this is not. Okay, well, there's a lot of things I can do with this hand in response to them. Going turn 2 in the mirror is really just about maintaining control of the board. And being able to put out a sacrificial Grimlophomancer is a method for doing so in this matchup, I think. Still rough, though. Okay, well, we can bolt the Jackal Pup. Yeah, I see what they're going to do here. Keeping a one-lander never feels good, but going down to 5 against this is also a form of losing, so we do what we can. You see that? That's how you burn. But yeah, them fire blasting my ball lightning was why I lost game 1, and my unwillingness to do that to win. So kudos to Clandis, actually. Feels awkward, but I think this is the move. Let's see if they... Hey, at least that wasn't my face. But yeah, we currently have... So yeah, that's not smart for them. Let's go for it. They have 2 cards in hand, so if they have to use that card to deal with this, we're still ahead. Okay. So we've got 7 damage in hand. We know that they're running Flame Rift. And I'm not too worried after that. As I said, Sulfuric Vortex is not an amazing card in this matchup. So I think what we do, we just play the Mog Fanatic. We pass the turn. We hold up Incinerate in case they play a creature. Okay. Yeah. That's match 1, baby. We won on stream. Yeah. The goal was to get at least 1 win. Dang, for some reason I can't copy paste the stream link anymore. They make it really easy to set up streams on YouTube, but they make it really hard to like send out the link to people so that they can watch it, so that people go on YouTube. And that's kind of wild. Yeah, we haven't had any viewers all stream, but that's fine. I don't usually stream this. People don't usually tune into my streams. They usually tune into the VOD. Okay, well we can't keep this. Well, there are 3 things we can do with this hand. No. Okay, that's so much better. I'm so glad I did that. Against a matchup we don't know. Hard pick, hard pick. So we've got 2 lands, got 2 creatures. We want to keep those. We don't know what we're up against, so we're going to bottom that. There are times that card can win games. Some decks really rely on life gain, but not this one. So in the mirror, we're open to getting our Lavamancer bolted. We don't want our Jackal Pup to get bolted. Mog Fanatic, yep. So yeah, we'll take the 2 off the Jackal Pup, and we'll hold Incinerate and incinerate it, probably, to deal 3 damage to them. Oh, oh, okay. That's gonna stop us from playing the Jackal Pup for a little while. That's okay. We're gonna hold Incinerate, just so they play out their little turn. And before combat, we'll deal 3 damage to them and the pup. Sometimes people will Seal of Fire their own pup just to save 1 damage. And I don't think that's smart at all. I don't think that's smart at all. Okay, well, they've probably gotten under us here, but because the Seal of Fire just prevents us from playing pup. But it also prevents us from playing Ball Lightning, and I don't want to be prevented from playing Ball Lightning over pup. Okay. If they Seal of Fire the Jackal Pup, they're gonna have to make a tough pick here. They're probably gonna Seal of Fire the Ball Lightning, but that means we get to keep the Jackal Pup and not take the 2 damage. Which, yeah, in this battle for resources is not terrible, because when Sulfuric Vortex goes up, the person who has the least life is the one who's the most impacted by it. Okay, well, I'm going to learn from my game 1, and on the draw to win the game, I'm going to try Fire Blasting the Ball Lightning and see if that plays out like my game 1. Because you know what? We're going for it. We're doing what we need to do to win. We're going to hold on to Incinerate in case they have another Ball Lightning. And if they don't, we can incinerate their face. Yeah, lots of Sligh on ladder right now. If you're considering playing a deck, play one that's good against Sligh. Yeah, so we can win here. Unless they can somehow, like, do something crazy. I don't know. But we can swing for 2. Either way, they lose to Vortex. So yeah, that's a hard. That's hard to beat. It's hard to win on turn 2, especially mulliganing against Burn. But hey, we learned from game 1. We learned to fire blast the ball lightning. So that was awesome. I still think Vortex is not good for this matchup. Yeah, there's so much Sligh on. Imagine if every single game this league is Sligh. That's perfect. Keep that. We'll play Grim Lavamancer. Yeah, so far in the burn matchup, Grim Lavamancers are winning more if they're going off. It's better to just hold them for removal. Because look at this. I can play my Mog Fanatic. I can hold it until they do something that puts a card in their graveyard. And kill the Grim Lavamancer. That's even better. I was gonna cast Pillar on turn 2, but I think a Lavamancer and Bolt is way better here. They might have a Bolt in hand, but they won't take. I won't take 3 damage if they bolt my Lavamancer. They take 3 damage if I Grim Lavamancer. And being ahead on life with Pyrostatic Pillar in play, so good. Yeah, they weren't gonna win that. We won 2 matches. They're against Sligh. Gosh, I don't want to keep seeing. Gosh, can we get a game 3 with Sligh? Can we get a game 3 with Sligh? Let's see if this stream still looks acceptable. Yeah, we still look acceptable. We still look acceptable. Okay, here we go. Someone sent me. Someone sent me an SNL clip on Instagram. I love when people send me reels. I watch all the reels, all the shorts, everything people send me. I love when they see something and think of me specifically. And they're like, Ben, I'm going to send you this short. It's funny. I think you'll find it funny. Watch it. And I'm like, okay, bet. I've got a lot of things to do today, but I'll watch it. Okay, we're going first. Okay, well, we have 3 Seal of Fires. This is an absurd hand. So for the stream, and since we're 2 games up, I'm going to keep it. And it's not a terrible hand against a lot of decks. It's a terrible hand against Stifle Knot, but there isn't really a good game 1 hand against Stifle Knot, except for them not hitting Stifle Knot. Okay. It might be Stifle Knot. Okay. Play the little dude. I love this dude. I have a Magic video essay that I started writing in 2022 that I haven't finished for reasons that will be apparent when it comes live, but it includes comparing Mog Fanatic to a red 1 drop in Shadows over Innistrad. So yeah, we're pretty head on board, but if they can stifle out, we're in trouble. Okay, they have. to destroy their enchantment to destroy one of my enchantments, so that's kind of useless against me. So we can just keep getting ahead on board. Okay. We're up 2-0. What's up? 2015 JWM. JWN. Yeah. We are 2-0 in a Premodern League. We've got a Mog Fanatic and a Jackal Pup on board. This might be a Tinker deck or a Graveyard deck. I think we're in trouble. So we just gotta deal damage right now. Right now. We've got six damage on board with the Seal of Fire and a seventh with Mog. So they need to win now, which they probably can. This, okay, so we have to activate this in response. Yeah, gotta get the net Windows 98, the best. Yeah, so I think they're about to pwn me. It's usually attunement precedes winning. Okay, so this is a parallax wave deck, so we could still win this. I've beaten it plenty of times before, and we can deal 5 damage in response to anything they do. It just depends on if they can, yeah. Okay, well, we might not be able to win this one. But what we can do is we can bring them down to, oh yeah, we're gonna lose our lands, yeah. Yeah, Parallax is a good deck. Can't win them all. If only we had the Fire Blast. So what we can do now is hope that we draw a land. Oh, huh? Okay, yeah. What we do now is we hope that we can draw a land and a bolt, because we can hold priority when we have our land, I think. So yeah, my mountains are just exiled forever. Yeah. We'll let them combo out, but I think we need a Tormod's Crypt. We need to board in Tormod's Crypt against this, but I don't think that we can win. Oh well. Is that my homie Dylan? I hope it's my homie Dylan. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to win this. Yeah. Even if we draw a land here, it won't be enough. So, game 2. So not a lot of 2-card or 3-card costs to get us over. Oh, I wish I'd seen how many non-basics. I don't think there's enough. I think we need Tormods. I think we need Pillar. No. We really just need Tormod. I think Reckless Abandon is 2 win more against this, though. In that last game, if we had a Reckless Abandon, we would have won. We don't really need Seal of Fire. I think Pillar would be better. Okay. So we've got to win by like turn 4. And if we get a Tormod's Crypt, we can win easier. So tempted to keep this hand. But I think we gotta mull for the Tormod. Okay, well we can't go down to 4, so okay. This is awkward. but it's the best we can do with the circumstances. Bloodstained. We're not gonna be able, even if we could Grim Lavamancer, we'd want a Pyrostatic as soon as possible, so. If they can combo, we probably lose. If they can't combo, I think this is still the move. Let's see what they can do in turn 2. Oh, this is a rough matchup for us. Especially because this list doesn't have red Elemental Blast in the sideboard. Just because most of the blue lists in the meta right now are Stifle Knot, which that card's useless against. So yeah, we're gonna pay the life now. We don't really have to worry about keeping life in this matchup, but we should be semi-efficient. Gonna exile, deal 2 damage, and attack for 3. Ooh, man. And yeah, we'll deal some damage off Pyrostack Pillar when they try to do their combo. Just because the things that I know Parallax Wave and all the Parallaxes like aren't 3 mana, but the things that enable it are. So it's still a good card in this matchup. But yeah, I wish we could deal more damage, but oh well. Yeah, that's 4 mana. Oh, we might not even. This is the move. Holding mana was probably the move there, so that they got down to 4 or something, but it's about sending a message, right? And if they play Parallax Tide and just, yeah, well, they still have to win somehow. What target? It's okay, so it's exiling itself, which means it exiles. Oh, okay. I don't understand what it. Okay, so it's so annoying that this card works that way. And yeah, you can't remove it because it can just exile itself like this. So the best thing we can do is just hope we can deal 1 damage and burn with 2 mana. But if they remove our lands, that'll be a lot more hard. And yeah, so yeah, if they had cast a single Frantic Search before this or another Flooded Strands, we could have won. But I don't know if we survive this. Oh, we do. For now. I think they could have Parallax Waved. No, no. They couldn't have done that. Oh. All we needed was 1 damage. Oh wow. We're gonna let them deal the winning damage at least. But yeah, having this is also pretty good. It's a tough matchup for my deck. Oh well. Yeah. That's I've beaten that matchup before, but That person knew their stuff. That person knew how to play it, and I did not. We got close. I don't think we could have played any more efficiently other than, like I said, if we had held up Fire Blast and passed the turn, then maybe they would have taken 2 damage from Price of Progress, in which case we would have won. And yeah, I don't know what else. Win fast or lose fast. That is how Premodern goes. Hope you're all having a good Sunday. We have a cat tree behind us, but the cats are not in the tree. They're in their chairs. They love to sit in chairs. You buy them all sorts of stuff and they sit in boxes and chairs, and we love it. Samuel Black. Hmm. I think I know that name. Might be the Samuel Black. I don't know. Okay, we can keep this hand. The question is, yeah, I think it's reasonable we'll draw a land. Turn 1, Jackal Pup. Nope. Yes. If we're up against the mirror, that'll suck, but otherwise, it's not too bad. We're not up against the mirror. This could be madness. We'll see. But holding 2 bolts and passing, having dealt 2 damage, is not too bad. Especially, yeah, they can't really use this until turn 3. Mox Diamond, so we know we want to bring in some artifact removal next game. Oh, this might be the land destruction deck. Nope, it's not. Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree with my own decisions. Is this the Sam Black, Dylan? They gonna flashback call to her? Yeah, that makes sense. They made a decision that made sense. So the best thing we can do is hold up some Jackal Pups so that we can swing for 4 against their 3 and just pass the turn. Hope we get a 3rd land. Yeah, we have plenty of artifact removal, so Mox Diamond isn't too scary for us, and it is pretty impactful. Price of Progress will be really good against this. Hermit Druid. Hermit Druid! This is a Hermit Druid deck! This is a Hermit Druid rack deck! I had no idea what I was up against. And yeah, if this is the real Sam Black, they're not going to swing that elephant token. Thank goodness we can remove the Hermit Druid. Yeah, we're going to take 3 off this block, but getting them to lower life for a potential ball lightning is the move here. But yeah, they're probably going to try to rack. Oh, they could just animate those lands. I guess getting a 4/4 out is cool, but I mean, it's not obvious to them that I have a ball lightning in hand, which really complicates their plans. Hmm. This is tricky because they could run us down. Okay, not. Thank you for checking. I was gonna say if this is Sam Black, I'm so embarrassed. Sam Black, you're the GOAT. Hmm. Today's stream brought to you by a 8 Beckett Skyridge Mewtwo, one of the few childhood Pokemon cards I got graded. Okay, well if we draw a land, we have a high likelihood of drawing a land. Gosh, if we hadn't bottom that land, but oh well. You live and you learn. But we're holding up the bolt. Because, yeah, we can bolt. In hindsight, we shouldn't have even. Okay, they're looking for an answer. They've spent too much mana to double swing with Treetop Village, which actually would kill me if I didn't bolt. But basically, we're not going to have enough cards in the graveyard to close out with bolt unless we block with Jackal Pup. So it's going to be a high IQ play, but we're going to block with the Jackal Pup and take 3 damage so that we can bolt and then use Grim Lavamancer. This would normally seem dumb, and that's why it's good. Bolting there may not have been smart. Okay, can they deal me 5 life with this much mana and these colors? Okay, yeah. That ensured that we could Grim Lavamancer, which we needed. Okay, so they played they played a couple they played a lot of non-basics, so Price of Progress is definitely an in. They played a lot of big creatures, so even though Jackal Pup did so good that game 1, I don't think it's a very smart inclusion here. They did a lot of stuff with the graveyard, so I think Tormod's Crypt is in. Yeah, I think Price of Progress, Tormod's Crypt, and then since we're down creatures, I think taking out Reckless Abandon is better. Taking out the Jackal Pups always feels so bad. But yeah, there were a lot of turns where we just had to eat damage because of Jackal Pup. Yeah, I think this is right. I think this is right. Okay. Oh, this is a hard pick. I think we keep it though. But this, yeah, we keep this. Gives us stuff to do and gives us an answer to their literal deck. This is a Hermit Druid deck. They want to use their graveyard. It's smart to do this. Maybe we should have Bloodstained Mire there to reduce the likelihood we drew a mountain, but okay. We didn't draw a mountain, so it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Dylan. It's okay. I know you're at home saying, "Oh, that wasn't the optimal play." I'm just joking. I know that's not how I see you. But yeah, right now, if we draw a Price of Progress, we can deal 4 damage for 2. And we can do a lot of things with what we already have. Like, we can already mess up their their flashback. I think this is the right play. Ball lightning will never have a perfect time. Jeez, that was silly of them. Don't they know I can destroy elephant tokens? Okay. Yeah, 'cause of the timing, Wait, if I had activated it there, would it have... I think since it went off on the stack, I couldn't have. I'm a silly man. It's okay. I'll take 3 damage. So what we can do now... If we really need to, we can Fire Blast and Incinerate both of the elephants. And in the meantime, we can hold up destruction for them. But yeah, and a Price of Progress will deal 8 damage. That was annoying. Do I go down 2 lands to destroy this land? I hate this, but the vortexes are kind of dead in hand if I'm behind on board like this, so having 1 land against Rishad Import feels horrible, but what are you gonna do? That's not a bad. For the predicament, my graveyard is pretty full, and I could take out their elephant. Okay, that was smart of them. But yeah, this Tormod's Crypt is looking less and less useful. I should have activated it sooner. That Zoran Orb is not useful against Sulfuric Vortex, but it's going to take a long time to get the Sulfuric Vortex out. So yeah, seems like this isn't as graveyard heavy as I thought it was. But hey, I mean, they played a Hermit Druid game 1, so I had every reason to think they were. At this point, we're just playing it out to see what else this deck does. So yeah, we know Price of Progress eliminates this deck. And we know that artifact removal is good against this deck. Yeah. If we can draw another land, we can play a Seal of Fire to destroy the... Yeah, we're still just playing it out to see what they can do. Against this deck, up until that point, I don't think that Price of or Pyrestack Pillar would have been terrible. Yeah. So we're still just gonna play it out to see what else this deck does to win. Because we're up a game. Yeah, they're not gonna let us see. So yeah, I think by the time the Tormod's crypt matters, this is a hard, weird matchup. Let's see. Okay. I think we bring back in the Jackal Pup. We overload against possible. Gosh, do we just really focus on getting under them? Not an easy matchup, but going to turn one isn't bad either. All right, this hand is about as good as it gets in this matchup. Because we can, if they put out a elephant, we can reckless abandon the Jackal Pup, deal 8 damage, and then we can just hold on to price of progress for the rest of the game. And they played like they played plenty of non-basics, so with these Seals of Fires, I'm pretty happy. It'd be really funny if they swords this. Be too good, but okay. 2 mana on turn one is pretty good. Okay. They're gonna look for cards. It's too bad the cards don't go. It's too bad removing the scroll rack doesn't do anything, really. Like, it doesn't make those cards vanish. Because scroll rack is really good. But yeah, we've got enough to remove an elephant if we want. But we can also, if they can't get rid of Jackal Pup, and if Jackal Pup can hit, we can deal 6 damage using Reckless Abandon and Jackal Pup, and then Terravore is really good. That's how their deck uses the graveyard to win. This has been a wild game. I think I need to do some more research on Terravore decks, because I've encountered some, but oh well. So we can get them down to 13 using our Cursed Seal of Fire. And so they'd have to play like 7 non-basics for us to price of progress, but we can do plenty of things in between. Why Reckless and not both Seals? Good question. I think it's because I wanted to hold up the seals for Hermit Druid. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'm a silly man. So this could become stronger. But if I seal it, it's gonna get pro-red and become too strong for seal anyway. Hard matchup. We're up 2 games this league, but we could still very well go 0-2 or 2-3. Oh no, I appreciate you asking. I don't mean to sound like I know it all, because I certainly don't. Okay. I do think sealing to destroy land is good. Oh no. Okay, well, let's see what they can do on their beginning of combat. Oh, they can rack. Yeah, even though that's like antithetical to the using price of progress, that's more for their other lands that they've shown. Like that one. Oh, okay, this will get silly. Okay, well, we've got 5 of our 10 mountains, and our graveyard's pretty full. With the Hermit Druid ability on the stack, we can incinerate it. Cause yeah, the Terravore with Wild Mongrel and Hermit Druid and Scroll Rack is just so good. I probably should have mulliganed more aggressively for artifact removal. But yeah, if they can rack into a hand that favors the Druid and I interrupt their Druid, then that will be more impactful on them. Because they're going to be like, wait, I don't get to. Wait, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb that still happens. Shoot. I'm but a fool. Okay. I'm a silly man. I don't think I can win this, but we will play it out. Because, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so silly. I'm such a fool. Okay, so we can deal 2 damage with Price of Progress currently. I was so silly of me. I should have just killed it when I could have. I don't know why I thought it worked that way. I don't know why I thought Incinerate worked that way. And just killing creatures in general. That's like a very foundational part of Magic in the stack. I'm a silly man. But gosh, I'm gonna force them to discard right now. Now we're just, oh, such a silly guy I am. Oh well. We should have taken out the Seal of Fires in this matchup and just kept the graveyard removal. You live and you learn. But we still could go 3-2. Send me your energy for 3-2. Will we go 3-2? I'm a silly man. That's not how magic works. Oh well. Machine man with machine mind, machine heart. Ah. Okay. We're not going first. No, you're not a bad luck charm. I just really know the burn matchup, and everything else is still a surprise. Uh, I'm glad we mulliganed. I love bottoming a mountain to a fetch land that can get that mountain. That's got to be one of my favorite magic moves of all time. Because now we've gotten that mountain. Yeah, against this we put out the pup. Yeah, so there's fetches in this format, but there aren't fetchable like lands that have both types. Like there are plenty of like dual colored lands, but there aren't fetchable lands that are like mountain plains or something like that. Are they keeping a one lander? No. So before this can be useful, we kill it. Can't protect if I destroy it. And we hold up the bolt so we can bolt face or destroy a game-winning creature. I really hope the stream just didn't catch my cat using the litter box. Yeah, it's not visible. Okay, because it's like right off the camera, but okay, we don't need to bolt that. In fact, I fear that won't be useful to them for the majority of this game. So this is blue-white humans, which is not unbeatable at all. It's actually quite beatable for us. Really, all they have to do is not stick down some crazy the mage meddling mages, or if they set up a good meddling mage pick and a Mother of Runes, they can get us. But okay, I wanted to angry incinerate in response, but I'm gonna hold versus incinerate. Well, I also wanted to do it because they have less mana to counter it, but oh well. Let's see if they can counter it. Mm-mm. Well, it's not a terrible hand, but with two blue on the board, it's a little rough. The opportunity cost is real. So yeah, luckily, Pyrostatic Pillar eats up this deck. All of their cards are between 1 and 3 mana. And yeah, they'd have to board in. They'd either have to prevent me from casting it, or um, they'd have to board in some enchantment removal. And they chose Fire Blast. Am I being stream sniped? Am I being stream sniped right now? Alberto, are you watching this? What's up, Zach? They just meddling mage start double fire blast. But we're playing it out. Because we can still bolt the meddling mage and then fire blast face. But yeah, this reckless abandon is probably how we'll end up getting rid of the meddling mage. Double reckless abandon. No. No, this is a horrible time. I think reckless abandon is not what we keep in this matchup. Though they don't know about it, so they won't meddling mage it. But yeah, this is rough. Firestack Pillar will do a lot against them at least. And they can draw a bunch of cards off me. Alright. You gonna draw 3 cards off of my ball lightning? Do it. Do it. Oh no. And they're gonna counter it. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. It'd be really nice if we had another land so that we could ball lightning into reckless abandon, but that's also like Christmas land magic since they have so many blockers on board. And I accidentally. I guess that's what we're doing. I pressed 1. I hate how easy it is to do that. Okay, let's get together. We are not winning this game 1, but at least it's game 1 in a matchup that's actually quite favored for us. I think that's a life gain angel. Yeah, forget it. This is the best thing we can do right now. Wait, no, it's not. The best thing we could have done was cast that last turn. But oh well. We're not winning this one. But we're playing it out. We sure are. If they oh, if they morph, they should win. I'm not gonna keep embarrassing myself. At least we know that we take out hmm, Pyrostatic Pillar beats this deck. And Board Presence beats this deck. It was bad luck that they got the Fire Blast. And I don't really want to deal with that again. They love to life gain, so Sulfuric Vortex is pretty good. They don't really use enough non-basics to justify Price of Progress. And they didn't use a single artifact that game, so. But artifact, Fire Blast could still be creature removal in a pinch. Seal of Fire and Mog Fanatic are awesome in this matchup. I just don't know what to take out. Bolt we keep, obviously. Jackal Pup we keep. Incinerate. I think Incinerate's fine. I think it's the Vortex. I think it's the Vortex. Okay. Oh, this could do so much. But I want to try to mulligan for the pillar. Oh man. Well, we can't keep a no-lander. Okay, that's not bad. We can bottom one of the mountains. And this puts enough in our graveyard. This is a hard pick. I think this is the move. Hard pick, but it's not truly at the bottom because we Bloodstain Mire, so it gets shuffled. So now it could be anywhere. But yeah, we play the Jackal Pup, and even if they Swords to Plowshare, well, if they Swords, we can't Grim Lavamancer off it, but Mog Fanatic is super good against this deck. And so is Grim Lavamancer. It's hard to say what we do here. They're gonna Swords it? Okay. Well, they've given us the choice. Now we can grip Lavamancer. They could still Swords the Grim Lavamancer, but that's 2 cards versus 1. Silver Knight is good. So what we do here... Fuck! Nah. Why didn't I just Reckless Abandon? Oh yeah, I don't have the mana for it. That's why I didn't do it. I could have held up Mog Fanatic and blocked with it. We're 2 in our heads, boys. We're 2 in our heads. It's okay, we can deal 6 damage next turn if we go down a Grim Lavamancer. So yeah, this is the move. Do this. And we do this. And then the Reckless Abandon. If we draw another creature, we can Reckless Abandon. Gosh, sacking that Mog was such a misplay. Because we could have been Reckless Abandoning. They can destroy non-basic, so to get cards in the graveyard, we'll actually just play Barbarian Ring. It's a sneaky strat. They're not in blue. Did they board out all of blue? Well, that's 4 life gain. Gang, I think we're gonna go 2-3 this stream, and we have to accept it. At least we won 2, though. I've been your host, Byway, and I've got some editing to do. Bye-bye.